Hey guys, welcome to the live stream Street Link at Sammi and Cebu, coming to you from the beach. All right, let's set this up properly. We're at the beach today on a cloudy, not cloudy, overcast, partly cloudy, overcast, windy day. The winds are like 37 kilometers an hour. It's really windy. Hopefully, the sound is not too bad. I'm going to try something new. As you can see here, I've got the comments over here, and they might show up right here at the bottom. Thomas was talking about it, that it doesn't show up on the doesn't show up in the live, and it doesn't show up. It's a little windy today, so it might blow over. That's why they closed them. Oh, they said you could. Okay, be very careful. I've seen it blow over. Yeah, I live here, so it's like I've seen it happen before. Uh, so yeah, just lift it up. Yeah, you got to lift it up into the and lock it in into one of the holes that's there. Yeah, there you go. It takes a while. Yeah, it takes a long time. You learn after you lived here for a while. I'm from Canada. Where are you guys from? Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, it's really, really windy today. Oh, it's got full of water. So it ain't going nowhere, but I've seen it go over in less wind than it is today. Today's like 40 kilometers an hour gust. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Like, I guess the one that was on before it wasn't full of water, but they just filled them up yesterday. Enjoy your day. And really windy today. Like the wind even is reported in the news. So they even moved. I suggested that they move these umbrellas, and they moved them. So you can see they moved them because they weren't in the right spot for maximum use, for best use. So I suggested that they move them and position them a little bit differently for more coverage based on the way the sun sets. So they did that, and it's really cool that they did it. So I'm glad. Now I can't see what you're writing, but I can see that. Oh, geez. So how do I do this now? I can't see what you're saying. Clay, good evening from Manitoba. Darren, how you doing? All right, yeah. I can't see where I can do this. Jeez. How's the sound working out? Is the music too much? Is my volume okay? Let me know. Let me reduce the volume. I have to have music in the background because they're playing music here and I don't want a copyright strike. So, Manitoba, how's the weather in Manitoba? It is a beautiful 28 degrees. It's cool today because of the wind. So I hope you're doing well, guys. Thank you for joining. We are down to 11 days left. Oh my goodness, 11 days. So I am now, the plan is I am deciding whether I'm coming back July 13 or June 13. And it all depends on the price of gold because I'm going to take some profit from my gold stock. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Clay. Thank you, Clay. Appreciate it. Um, so Thomas suggested that I put the chats here so that people can see what is being talked about. I didn't realize that it was confusing to people, but I could see the chats and that they couldn't. Well, you can, I think, if you enable the chat blog on the side of your YouTube. But if you're watching the live stream like shortly after it goes live, you will. I'm gonna turn off the music. Something strange is happening with that. Oh, Clay. Oh my God. Thomas, there you go, brother. Just for you. I was just talking about you. I'm putting the chat up here for you so that you can see the chat. All right. Hopefully you like that. Minus 11, brother. I feel cold today and it's 26 degrees Celsius and I feel cold. I had to turn off the aircon in the house this last night and it was because it was cold. Oh, I don't know how you guys can survive in anything below 20 degrees. I haven't been cold in 6 years. So for me, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm gonna take some profit. I'm gonna wait until it. I have a couple of months before I need to cash out, so I'm gonna take a little bit of profit when it jumps a little bit more. When everything settles down and it goes up. Even with the volatility in the market today, this last week, like my Sri Lankan market fell. My portfolio is down over 20%, but it was down 11% back in November when there was a correction, and it recovered. It recovered in a month. So I'm not overly concerned. The market has to fall. Like basically the market has to crash like it did in 2007 for me to be concerned. I have no concerns right now because my stock portfolio, I'm not cashing out for another year and a half. So the market has a year and a half to recover, and this international crisis is not going to last longer than a year. So let's see, what else is everyone saying? Clay, when are you moving here? Why can't I see? Jesus, people, please stop yelling. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to try to put this. Where can I put this? I want it to come across the bottom, and I don't know how to do that. Now we'll just leave it like, oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. We'll just keep it like that for now. Camera's good. keys. And then I'll just lean in and read what you guys are saying. So, Clay, a year, great. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Um, Sorry, guys, just give me 1 second. I just got to fix all of this. Yeah, Thomas. So, I hopefully this is what you like. I gotta tweak it, fine tune it. What I should do is I should have my second phone so I can read it off my second phone because it's too small for me to read here on the screen. But hey, we'll power through. Hopefully my microphone is not in the wind. Anyway, um, my stock portfolio is doing okay. I mean, it's volatile like everybody else's, but it's a buy and hold. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I just got my dividend check. Dividends are based on stock, number of stocks held. I just took those dividends and I reinvested in it right back into the stock. So I'm not overly concerned right now. I'm making money from work. Work is going great. Let me tell you something. Work is incredible. The amount of new contracts I got for the rest of the year will definitely cover my costs. And if you guys continue to support the channel by watching, liking, commenting, and getting me out in front of other people, that's the important thing. Then I can earn revenue from ads. So keep it up, guys. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. Let me try one more thing here. Oh, there we go. That helped. All right. So, and I was just talking with Bruce and Terry. Had breakfast with them earlier today. They'll be down a little bit later. Had breakfast with them today. I woke up last minute because I was supposed to wake up at 9:15, and then pack and then come down here. But Bruce woke me up at 8:30 asking if I wanted to meet for breakfast, and I was like, and I said, because I was going to have breakfast up there, start the live stream, and then come down here. But he asked me to come and meet him early because this is his last day. He's leaving to start to check out around 4 p.m. and he's heading home. But so I wanted to meet up with him and hang out and have breakfast. And so I like pack. I forgot my bottle of water. I forgot my phone because I was going to bring both phones. I was going to do that. I planned on it. But that's what happens. That's the nature of this. So, yeah, I got 11 days left. I am planning my return for as soon as possible. So I get paid on the 10th of every month, and I got to rebuild the coffers for that. So, I get paid April 10th, May 10th, June 10th. Those 3 paychecks will be enough to cover my first 6 months of living here. And then my YouTube, it's not a lot right now, but it's, you know, it's food for a month. So YouTube will start coming in, all thanks to you guys. What else? But when I come back, it's not going to be vacation mode, not like I was before. It's going to be 100% retirement mode. It's going to be, how little can I spend? How little can I spend and still have fun? So my biggest expense was food. 100% was food. I spent way too much on. Hi, sorry about that, guys. I spent way too much on food. And there we go. Yeah, I spent way too much on food, so I got to learn how to not do that. So when I return, I'm going to reduce my costs. So we're here at, for those of you joining us, we're here at the beach pool at the Mactan Newtown Resort, which is the private, not private, it is private. It is run by the Savoy Hotel, but Savoy and Mercure guests can come here and for free, and long-term residents of Mactan Newtown, which I am, can come in here for free. I can actually bring 4 guests. And if you're a short-term guest, like an Airbnb, you would pay about 300 pesos to come in here. And if you are coming off the street on weekdays, it's about 1,500 pesos and 2,000 pesos for the weekend, which includes a buffet. Thomas, I'm going to stay here. Yeah, I'm negotiating with 3 or 4 different real estate agents as well as some private vendors to find the best price. I know exactly which unit I want. I want a corner unit facing the back of the resort. I did a vlog that you will see in a couple of days about choosing a condo in Mactan Newtown and why you need to be careful about which condo you pick because of the construction, the noise, and the sun, and all of those factors. So I want a 1-bedroom. I want units H or M in tower B or A. I know exactly which ones I want. I want a high floor, higher than the 10th floor. The highest floor possible, 17 or 18 would be perfect for me. And I'd have nobody above me. And tower C would be preferable because then I'm in Paul's condo. If I don't want 11th floor. He's on 11. I wouldn't mind being higher up. So I've spoken to a bunch of people, and the prices I'm being quoted are anywhere between 35,000 and 45,000. But I have some private vendors that are probably going to be able to negotiate down. But what I wouldn't mind is having a property manager, because then any maintenance issues, I just call them up and they fix it right away. They're responsible. I will have to pay for internet, electricity, and water. Internet, I'm going to reduce my internet because right now I'm paying 2,000 pesos. I'm bringing it down to 1,000 pesos. I don't have to pay 2,000 pesos. I'm in no rush to upload and download because it's automated. I don't need to worry about that. The next thing is electricity. How I'm going to cut costs there is I'm not going to use, I don't use aircon. I use the dehumidifier setting. So I'm going to reduce that even more by just using a fan. So I'm going to get the mosquito net mesh and put that, like tape that to the windows. So we have 2 windows, which I just can tape it on. They're very small windows, but I don't want bugs coming inside. And then the door, I'm going to get one of those magnetic screen doors that you can just tack on and keep the windows and doors open all the time. Even the front door, maybe I'll leave that open so that the air just flies right through the unit. There, I don't have any neighbors, so that'll be okay. Now, what else? That's electricity, so to cut my electrical costs. Paul has said to make sure to get an induction stove, but the couple of the property managers I talked to, they said, yeah, whatever setup you want inside, they're more than available to do it because they have so many units that they move things in and out of. I already know where I'm going to go get all of my kitchen utensils and housewares. There are surplus stores here. They ship containers of stuff from Korea and Japan, and then they just sell them to the locals. Used, obviously, but housewares. So plates, cups, knives, forks, knives, especially knives, scissors, bottle openers, can openers, a whisk, spatula, ladles, those kinds of things that I need. Pots and pans. I don't need 7 pots and pans. I need 1 pot, 1 frying pan. That's it. Plates. I need 2 plates, 2 bowls, 2 deep soups, 2 cups, 2 coffee mugs, 4 knives, 4 forks, 2 steak knives. Those kinds of things, right? So I am, somebody lost something in the pool, so they're searching for it. Oh, that's too bad. She lost a necklace or something, maybe. That's too bad. Thomas, I'm going to play it by ear. I don't know if I'll have the funds to buy a motorcycle. I have to have a motorcycle because of my motorcycle club. The charter requires me to have a motorcycle in the beginning, but eventually I will buy one. And so this is how it'll work, is that I'll rent one for the short term. And then as I'm living here, I will look on Facebook Marketplace and blah, 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 and put feelers out to ensure that I find someone who's selling one in distress, right? Then I can get one for cheap. I don't want to spend more than $1,000. I don't want a big bike. I want a 200, 300cc bike. I don't need a big bike. Because the other thing is I don't ride that often. And then you have like the rainy season where you can't ride at all. I don't ride in the rain. I ride for fun, not for work or anything like that. I don't ride to go shopping because you can't carry anything on a motorcycle. On a scooter, yeah. On a scooter, you can carry stuff. On a motorcycle, you can't. And the other thing I learned is that here, I have made such good friends that I don't need to go out to have a fun time or to keep myself from getting bored. I'm in bed by 8 or 9 o'clock. I don't need to go out at night anymore. I'm up with the sunrise. I love it. And my life is just so peaceful here. It's so relaxing. But yeah, I need to buy a bike. Eventually, I will buy a bike. But I won't buy one right away. So what else? I'm not going to do like ridiculous, like I've calculated my monthly expenses while I was here. And in the first couple months, I was spending like 2,000, 2,500 USD a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You see. Thank you. What's your agreement?
She lost her watch.
Thank you.
She lost her smartwatch. So, I was spending a lot because I was going to the club. I was spending money on drinks and partying because I was in vacation mode. I was in party mode. Then Lady Sarah came and we went on adventures. Then Anuj was here and we went out every weekend. And then Jasmine came and it was just one thing after another that I was spending and spending, spending. My cheapest month was February, where I only spent about 1,300, and then this month is cheap, obviously, because I'm not paying for the motorcycle. I'm not paying a lot in rent. The costs are really, really low. It's probably about $800 this month. So on average, this trip has cost me about $1,700 a month when you amortize it out. That's okay, but if I can get it down, every dollar that I spend less is more money at the end of the year. Or not more money, that I have money that it is like so many, but the rate here that local have. I'm a member of a motorcycle club, and the president is more than happy to help me with my buying process. They're well versed in the system and the bureaucracy. You guys are going to meet him tomorrow. I'm going to do an interview with him. He's in his 40s, and good God, a bug just went down my throat. Crap. I don't have any water. Did I forget to bring my water, or did I just forget that I packed it? Yeah, I forgot to bring my water. Ugh. Anyway. I have more than enough resources to help me with buying. So I'm not overly worried about that. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert my Sri Lankan. So I have to go home and renew my Sri Lankan driver's license. That's the first thing I have to do because it expires in July. So I got to renew that. When I come here, I will convert my Sri Lankan driver's license into a Philippine driver's license because my international driver's permit is expiring. So that will cover me for 5 years or whatever the Philippine driver's license is. So then that is something that I can delete from my expenses. Food, I really need to focus on food. That's where my expenses are, and entertainment. If I can commit to not drinking anymore, which I don't have to. Every time I go to the lounge or to the club, I'm like, I buy a drink, and I'm trying to avoid it. So I buy a Red Bull soda, which is not expensive, and it's a nice little refreshing treat. Or just a soda. It's 100 pesos. It's like $2, $1.50. It's not a big deal. If I can cut out if I can get used to not having to cheat every week and just do it once a month, then that's a good, cost cutting, because it's like $15 for a breakfast here. My breakfast this morning was $15, $16. That's not expensive, but when you do it once a week, every week, that's $60. That's $700 a year. That's 1 month's rent. So I don't want to be cheap. I don't want to say I'm being cheap. I want to say I want to be smart. And here's where the balancing act occurs. I need to be somewhat a little bit frugal until my pension comes in. Unless my channel goes viral and starts paying me $1,000 a month, then there's it's purely my salary that is covering my living expenses. And that's not guaranteed. That can disappear like that. And if it does, I have to fly back home. I have to pack up and leave. And there's the beautiful thing is that I still have a home to go home to. Worst case scenario, I will never be broke in Philippines. I have an emergency out. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, is that what is your emergency out? If you inadvertently, there's a little Philippine team building event going on over there. They're having a lot of fun. Either it's a family, yeah, it's probably a family or like a group, like a group of people in a membership. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. And here's a beautiful thing: if I went over there right now and started talking to them, they would ask me to join them, 110%. They're just so friendly. I love it. Anyway, here's the other umbrella. The other umbrella's behind me. Sit over there. That's a beautiful. I told them that there's lots of ants over there, so they moved all the chairs away from the edge to avoid all the ants. Because they're biters. Oh, they're biters, man. Let me tell you. Anyway, what other questions you guys have? Let me know. What do you want to know about living in the Philippines after I've been here 5.5 months, specifically in Cebu, Mactan, Newtown? What questions do you have about living here? I have gone from vacation mode into retirement mode. And when I come back, like I said, I'm going to focus on my spending to minimize no reason for me to overspend, but I don't want to spend. Because until I am financially secure at age 60, I'm spending my money, my capital. And I want that capital to go as far as possible. And you need to have at least 3 months emergency funds here in they have to have cash here in the country in the event you lose your cards, what have you. You have to be prepared. So I've talked about this many times. I'm going home to set up bank accounts, set up power of attorney, set up emergency funds, set up insurance, set up my will, make sure mom has power of attorney over everything, shut down my internet, reduce my cell phone. Figure out if I really need a Sri Lankan phone number. Yeah, I probably do. It doesn't cost me a lot. It costs me less than $10 a month, the same as it cost me for my South Korean phone. My South Korean phone cost me about $8 a month, and my Sri Lankan cost me about the same. Probably even less, about $5 or $6 a month, just to have the number and minimum no data and just voice and text. Because I don't need data, I'm not there. When I get here, I'm going to switch to a postpaid plan, because when I arrive, I will still be under my ARC card. So that is what gets you access to accounts. That way I can set up my Maya Pay and my GCash. Paul is setting me up with a bank account. Worst case scenario, and I trust him, I'll transfer the money to him, and then he'll just withdraw it for me. I'll transfer it to his Philippine bank account, because I don't want to pay the ATM fees. Every 3 months, I'll just ship a whole bunch of money over. A one-time fee of $50. Let me put on some sunscreen because I'm sitting out here in the sun. The sun keeps popping its head out. unless you've been here, until you've been here more than a month or two in the sun, always wear sunscreen. Oh my gosh, guys, you should see. I changed my shirt and Anuj saw my skin color and he was like, "Oh my God, you're white." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Your skin, your tan line." And I said, "Yeah, I have really light skin, but because I'm in the sun every single day, I've gotten tan lines, like serious. I've got tan lines and I'm freaking dark. Mom is going to be freaking out. She's going to, oh my God, you're so black." Wear my cheap hat. This is the hat that I bought for a couple dollars that goes in the pool. There we go. I got to get a water. So pissed I forgot my water. I got to pay hotel rates for water. Give me a second, guys. Let me go grab a water, okay? Be right back. Look at this. Nice big tall bottle of cold water. Man, that's cold. I can't even hold it. And North Americans, you're going to notice that the top does not come off. It's a European style. The top does not come off. You have to actually pull it off. I see North Americans and they're like, anyways, what else is going on? Yeah, Clay, let me tell you something, but be very careful your first month here. Like I'm talking SPF 30, okay, or SPF 50 until your body gets used to the sun. And because it hurts. Like Terry, he really hurt himself. I mean, let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me show you my leg. I don't know if you guys can see this, but look at that. I'm white, and then my legs are black. That's just ridiculous, the amount of sun that I have gotten here. Even for a dark-skinned person, I still burn, especially on my ears and the tops of my feet. And then right here, you forget to put sunscreen here, and the sun hits the pool and then goes up under your chin, and then you get a burn on your neck. That's the worst thing you can do. So I have to buy a new hat. This thing is gone in the water way too many times. Cheap little straw hat. Anyway. I think the number one thing you guys need to plan is to make sure that you don't get bored. Because if you get bored, then you start to spend money to try to have fun. Getting yourself into a routine, getting up, going to the gym, going, meeting friends, having a hobby. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to start a hobby. And one of the hobbies that I was thinking of is astronomy. And being here in a like an open area with not, I mean, it still has light pollution, but astronomy could be something I could really get into. There are telescopes that you can buy that are really cheap for beginners that take photographs as well. You can connect them digitally to a camera through a cable, a USB cable or something like that, and I love astronomy too. So we just had the lunar eclipse here. We had the convergence of all of the planets, like 7 planets. And with the naked eye, you can see 3. You can see Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. With a binoculars or a telescope, you can see Saturn, Mercury. Can't see Uranus, Neptune, and you can never see Pluto. Uranus and Neptune, you can't see. But you can see stars, you can see a lot of stuff with a telescope. So my plan is eventually to get into that kind of a hobby. Have something to do. Don't Naz, it's an interesting topic. I probably should cover that, but I've said it before. Okay, let me answer your question. The dating here is what you want out of it. Like it is in any country, anywhere in the world. Right? Whatever you want, you get. As long as you're willing to put in the time, the money, and the effort. So, for example, if you're looking for pay for play, very easy here. Very easy. No question. Just open up your app, open up whatever local app you want to use that you know which ones I'm talking about. The red one, the yellow one. You guys can use those ones and you can find something immediately. If you're looking for marriage, that as well. If you're looking to date casually, then you need to put in the effort to talk to people, to go out. Personally, I'm not interested in a long-term relationship because I make a joke about it. I say I'm an asshole, but the reality is that I've been single for so long that I'm not interested in my peace being disrupted. Also, I live in a small unit. I'm not going to share that with somebody. That's why I'm getting a 1-bedroom. And here's my plan for dating in the future. Now, during this last 6 months, I've dated. Predominantly, it's been tourists. I dated a Mongolian girl for a little while. I've met Koreans, Japanese. So predominantly, because I speak Korean, it's very easy for me to talk to Korean girls and flirt, stuff like that. So Filipinos, I dated one. I've met a few, but it just didn't click. And it's not, and because again, I'm not interested in a casual relationship. And if I'm going to date someone, they have to check off all the boxes. So I'm very selective. For some strange reason, I can't read all your complete sentence, but I'm going to assume, Clay, that you're talking about astronomy as well. Yeah, it's an interesting hobby because it's something that you can do at night. It's something that you can invite others to join with you. Because when you set up a telescope, people will be like, "Hey, what's that? Oh, come and look and take a look at this and see what it is."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Thomas, you're right. You know, but I think it's time for me to settle down because it would just make my life. I think it's time, and I think if I find the right person, it would make my life a little bit better. And this is how I'm going to go about it. Here's my plan, and you tell me if it's a good plan. So Paul's girlfriend Angel, she knows me. She knows me very well. She understands me. And we've spoken about it. She's asked me why I'm single because, like, she goes, I'm a handsome man. She goes, I dress nice. I look nice. Like, she meant it as like, I'm clean. I'm not overweight. I'm not dirty looking, right? So she's very complimentary about the way I look. She said I'm handsome. So she was saying that she would set me up with one of her friends, but local to here. So that's what she did. But unfortunately, wasn't my type. Sweetheart of a girl, took her and her sister out for dinner, but it became uncomfortable because she brought her mother onto the FaceTime, and the whole date, her mother was there. And I was like, yeah, no thanks. And plus, she didn't check off all the boxes, right, for me. So she was a nice girl, and I told her that. I said she's a nice girl, but just not my type. I have been spoiled by living in Korea for 20 years that the type of women I've dated were just phenomenally attractive. And I have my type. I'm not shallow, but, you know, there has to be an attraction there. So Angel said, okay, she understands what I like because she's seen when we were sitting outside on the street. I go, that's what I like. So she knows the physical type I like, and she knows the psychological and mental type I like. So she's suggested, and she said she knows somebody back in her hometown in Leyte that she can set me up with. So I said, okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, so send me a picture and I'll tell you yes or no. Then we'll do like chatting, texting. And then if it clicks, then we'll do video calls or whatever, and we'll get to know each other online a little bit. And then if it clicks, then what I'm going to do is when I get back, about a couple of weeks after I get back, I'm going to invite her to come down here. So her and her sister or her friend will come down here for a week, and I will pay for her boat trip to here. And then I will pay for them to stay in their own room because I don't want anybody in my room. And then we'll go out on dates. We'll meet each other and hang out and see if it's a match. And then I'll invite her to stay. Thomas, an introvert. I don't know how to answer that. An introvert who wants to go outside, yeah, you can keep to yourself here. Absolutely. There's places you can go and you can keep to yourself because you have to remember this is a tourist destination, right? So there are people here that I don't have to talk to, right? You don't have to talk to your neighbors because your neighbors are predominantly tourists. 60% of the people here are tourists, right? Like if I look around here, there's probably 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23. It's about 50 people here. I'm going to say 48 of them to 45 of them are tourists. Now, this is the hotel pool, right? So, but it is open to residents as well. But the residents don't come down here. And that's the thing. That's another thing about condos. Yeah, Thomas, you're going to love it here. You're going to have a good time. You're gonna want to move away from your place, though. I'm 90% sure of it. You're gonna want to come and live down here. And like I said before, hit me up and I can connect you to my property manager to see what prices you can get. You can get a place down here for long term, 30,000 pesos or less a month. What else was I going to say? An introvert? I don't know because I'm an extrovert. So I don't really know what an introvert would do. For me, I'm going to suggest like, if you're an introvert, yeah, obviously you stay inside and you'll be happy here. But if you are an introvert and don't mind going outside and being around people, you'll be perfectly fine to be people watching. People watching is not a problem. Now, if you go out to public places like outside of Mactan Newtown, like to malls and stuff, you will be approached by people. They'll come and talk to you, especially if you're a foreigner. Certain places, girls will come up and talk to you. Tourists, no, not so much. Sometimes it happens. So Thomas, I don't know why. I got to fix this next time. I worked as an instructor and that's all I see. Why it won't show the complete. What I want is I want it to show up at the bottom there, and I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm going to figure that out next time. I mean, it's better than what it was last time, right? Because last time you said you couldn't even see what was being said. So I'll figure out something. Don't worry. As we chug along on this adventure that you and I have, it's getting easier and easier. It's getting better and better. I worked as an instructor for the. Okay, and now Naz is saying thank you for your service. I'm going to say you worked as an instructor for the military. I'm going to make that assumption. Wow, it's hot. The sun's come out. Not the sun's come out. The sun has burned off the clouds, so it's hot now. Guys, I am going to give you one tip on how to improve your health. 2 tips, okay, that are so simple. All right, at our age, there's 2 things you have to do, and they're so easy. They're so easy. There's 2 easy tips and 1 kind of hard tip. The first tip, okay, is drink 2 liters of water every day. 2 liters, brothers and sisters. Please, just drink water. 2 liters of water a day. It's so easy to drink water. Oh, all I do is drink water. Hydrate. Hydrate. And the second thing is go for a walk every day. Get that 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 steps in a day. Challenge yourself. Get yourself a smartwatch. Get yourself an app on your phone and track your walking distance and continuously challenge yourself to walk further and further every week. The third thing, the hardest thing you can do is eat right. Cut out sugars and carbs. Cut out processed foods. Our parents always told us you are what you eat. And if you eat junk, that's what you are. If you eat complex carbohydrates, complex processed foods and sugars, and it's gonna clog up the plumbing. And you want to remain, strong for the nighttime activities, right? Ever since I started exercising every freaking day, my testosterone has gone through the roof. My metabolism is just killing it. I'm eating so much and I'm losing weight. Not losing weight, I'm losing belly fat. I've gained weight I've gained muscle. This shirt is tight. I can't move it on my bicep. It's incredible. I've gained 3 kilos in muscle and I've lost 3 inches off my belly. And I've noticed it right here. The jowls are gone. The turkey neck, it's gone. That double chin is gone. I still have the cheek fat. I don't know how to get rid of that. I want to be a little bit more. I think you have to do the mouth exercises, you know that. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start working, targeting a little bit more. Now that my body has become stronger, I'm going to start targeting certain muscles, right? Guys, I want to tell you something. I'm really happy that you're all here. I am. Even though there's only 6 of you on here, I'm really happy that you guys are taking the time out of your day, out of your night, Friday night in the US, in North America, to hang out and just chat. I love it. Thomas, when I come back, you and I are going to do a live stream together. You're going to join me for a live stream. You're going to be one of the first subscribers on a live stream. I know Terry's been on a live stream. I think Bruce was on a live stream with me. And I've interviewed a few subscribers. Nick, unfortunately, I was supposed to interview him, but he got sick and had to leave the country in Texas. Nick from Texas. Brother, I hope you're doing well. I texted you and wonder if you're doing well. Yeah. Clay, riding your bike, absolutely great thing to do, but just please remember, bring good shoes and good tires, and even maybe like a spare tire or a spare tube, and a tube repair, because the roads here are the shoulders, they don't exist. They don't exist. So you need to go outside of the city to ride your bike. But especially if you're in the Mactan Newtown area, it takes about 10-15 minutes to ride out and you're okay. And in Mactan Newtown, you can ride for exercise only without any worries of cars. And cooking your own food, it's actually cheaper to go out and eat from a time perspective. I mean, if you enjoy cooking, then yeah, but to buy the food and then keep it in your fridge, and then what I found is that life gets in the way, and then what happens is you forget that you have this food in your fridge and it goes bad. Like I had to throw out some peppers because they went bad because I didn't use them. I have stuff in my fridge that I've never opened, canned stuff that I bought. Oh yeah, I'll cook this up. Never. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to give it to Paul. When I leave, all my stuff I'm going to give to Paul, my consumables, and then my stuff, he's going to keep a lot of stuff in my storage. But to each his own, right? Like if you want to do that it's something you can do. And it's something that is going to be beautiful for you to do. But buying food versus going to the outside food, night food courts and stuff like that, it's cheaper. It's way cheaper to do it the other way around. What else? I don't know. I have to remember, if I go in the water, I got to remove this microphone. I have almost jumped in the water with my mic on. That would not be a good thing because the mic is not waterproof. Oh, what a beautiful day. The water's cold, man. So I had breakfast with Bruce and Terry. Terry's feeling better finally, he said. He came down with a small case of strep, knocked him out for 4 days. He went to the pharmacy and got medication. The pharmacist took good care of him. Let's see, do I want to? Somebody sitting there. Nobody's sitting there. Somebody's sitting there. Just get in the water. No music speaker today because they got the music playing in the background. But they don't play it all day long. They play it for a little while and then turn it off. Yeah. If it's a good bike, then great. Here's what I'm going to suggest. I mean, from a cost perspective, how much is it going to cost you to bring it with you? How much is it going to cost to ship it here? So here's what I'm going to suggest from a cost perspective and from a logistic perspective, a reality perspective. Come here without it. Survey the land. Rent a bike from a local place. You can do that. And go around and see what is the lay of the land, and then have your bike shipped here, or don't buy one local. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't set your expectation. Oh, I'm going to come here and I'm going to ride. And then you discover, oh no, I really can't. Again, because I don't ride, so I can't give you advice. I just can tell you that I have seen people riding up into the mountains, like bike clubs, bicycle clubs riding, and they even have chase cars, right? So these are serious people. And I've seen guys on the road, like with the professional gear, right? They're serious bikers, bicyclists, right? So good question, Thomas, and great answer, Clay. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Great freaking answer. I love that. And Thomas, Clay, each person's living life is different. Me, you cannot tell anyone. That's why my channel is not about what is the best, where is the good ones, where is the bad. It's about my journey and what I have experienced and my opinions about the certain thing. Now, yeah, I'm going to give you advice, but I'm not right. And neither are you, or neither is anyone out there, because only yourself can tell you what's right or what's wrong, right? And especially when it comes to personal choices, that is just so unique that it's impossible for me to tell you. Yes. Oh, to live. Oh, okay. Yeah, to live. Yeah, Clay, you were saying you're a country boy, so you will love living in the outskirts. Now, you have to compromise. Your availability of Western foods will be an issue. If you can live without it, then you'll do just perfectly fine. Your availability of access to medical care is limited. Your availability to access to goods and services is limited. The final thing, brother, is your availability to access government, especially immigration. You need to factor that in, because you need to go to immigration every 2 months. Now, within the course of a year, you can do 1 or 2 of them online, okay? So you don't have to go. But if you need to take a 4-hour trip to go to immigration to get that stuff taken care of, is it really worth it? Yeah, Iloilo is really beautiful. It is remote and quiet and comfortable and safe. Dumaguete, Darwin. So outside of Dumaguete is a town called Darwin, which is just incredible. You guys got to watch my friend Joe Go Wonder. Jogo Wonder. He lives in Darwin, which is about 20 minutes outside of Dumaguete. The guy's got a great channel. He's got like 30 or 40,000 subscribers. I saw his channel explode. It was incredible. He's got a great channel. Yeah, lots of bikes. Outside of the cities, you'll get lots of bikes. Mostly out of necessity because that's what they have. They can't, they don't have cars and stuff like that. They can't afford them, especially with the price of gas these days. And the I've been hearing things in Cebu City that they're out of fuel, but the government is just rationing the fuel. There's fuel, they're just rationing it so that people don't hoard. So yeah, the other thing that you can do with your visa, the visa is the most important thing. So you can do what's called using a broker, but you'll pay for that service. Now, if your time is worth more than 1,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos for somebody to do it for you, then go ahead and do it. But if not, then you have to take the time, a full day to travel, get your visa taken care of. Oh yeah, Thomas. Yeah, he's a good guy. Joe. Yeah, Joe is great. Joe, I love him. I hope to meet up with him one day. I chatted with him briefly. He was here in Cebu, but he didn't have time to come out here to Mactan Island. He was staying in Cebu City, and I was too busy to go see him. I was working. But I told him when I come down to Dumaguete, he says he's going to take me around and show me around because he loves that. He loves meeting other expats, and that's what I do. Like I was talking to someone, and I said I love Cebu so much that I want everyone who comes to Cebu to love it as much as I do, to see the good things about Cebu. Yeah, yeah, and you see, each person has a different story, right? Each one of us is on their own adventure. And he is on his adventure, which is a little bit different than mine. My adventure started 25 years ago. I've been on this adventure for 25 years. I left Canada for an adventure. Now, yeah, I settled in Korea for a little while, but I discovered that that wasn't my final resting place, right? It was a great stopover. And then Sri Lanka was another layover until I discovered here. Thomas, why do men want to support another? And can you finish that sentence in a new text? Because I don't know why I can't see it. I'm so sorry. Let's see if this works. Let's see if, so type something now and it might show up right here. That might be a little bit better if it shows up right there. So if you could just type something right now and send it across, let's see if that works. Let's see. I'll just wait for you to send something. So yeah, like each person's on a different adventure. My adventure is right now, this time here in Cebu and this lovely weather. Hopefully you are typing something, but I'm not seeing anything yet. There we go. That's the wind I was telling you about. I don't think that worked. Why do men want to support another family? I don't know what do you mean that like you come here and then you get a girlfriend and then you start giving money to the family. Well, I think it's the mindset of the person. Now, I mentioned to Paul, if the lady that I meet and we eventually, if we eventually um, if we eventually like meet up and connect, I would support her family because I'm taking her away from work where she was, supporting family. Not talking not talking a lot of money. I'm talking, food, a couple thousand pesos a month. It's not out of guilt or out of obligation. It's out of heart. You're in a relationship with someone, you do what you can to help. You don't become the primary caregiver. You become a helper because you don't want them relying on you. And I understand that. Because here in the Philippines, I've talked about this before. I haven't done a vlog about it. It's just, the culture of family here is important. I remember Joe was talking about his girlfriend giving her mom her last 1,000 pesos. Her mom didn't know that, but she gave her the last. Oh, here, go buy some rice, go buy some food. And it family helps, and it's a very pure. It's not obligation, or it's just culture, and it's beautiful. It happens in South Korea, it happens in Sri Lanka, and it happens here and many other Southeast Asian countries. It's something that the West has lost because here they don't have pensions. And I talked about it when I interviewed some Filipino ladies last month. Because of the way the government is run here and the pensions are not, there are no pensions. You have a large family and that's your retirement. You have 5, 6 kids and they each give you, 1,000 pesos a month. That's how you live. Or 10,000 pesos or whatever it is. And that's how you live. So once you come here and once you experience the culture and you see how pure they are. This battery, it's got a battery bank. This battery bank, and it tells me how long it has. 3 hours, 48 minutes, 31 hours. It can charge. Now this is the smaller charging port. So it's currently charging at 1 or 2 watts, which is not a lot because it's going through USB, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But it's still giving the phone a little bit of charge. Otherwise, the phone would have died by now from how much juice I'm using. So I'm using my phone instead of my Insta360 because I need internet to access the app. There is a way to do it using the Insta360, but I don't want to do that. It's very complex because I have to connect it through Wi-Fi and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a pain in the butt. And I need to use this app. This app is called Restream. As you can see right here, this is not sponsored. Restream is the online application that I use that streams, that provides, like, you see the graphics in the background, you see the text here, you see the chat here. It's a really good service. I'm not sponsored by them, but they're the ones that I use. And if you guys want to use them, please go ahead. Eventually, I will have an affiliate link. I do have a couple of affiliate links. I think I have one for my online editing tool and something else. Check in the description. I have a couple of affiliate links if you guys want to check those out. But life here is just so, for me, it is so stress-free. The only thing I'm worried about is ensuring that I have enough money to continue living here. Because I'm not 100% financially stable yet. I need another 2 years, a year and a half, till I get my pension. Once I get my pension, there won't be an issue. And by that time, this channel will be generating enough money to cover half of my expenses. And the pension will more than cover everything. And then my investments will cover my emergency fund. That's beautiful. What else? Life is just so easy. I can't complain. Oh, I wish I could take a nap, but I don't. The lounges are over on that side. Let me show you guys around. So lounges are over there, right in the sun. And I'm in the patio area, and then that's the bar. And then there's another seating area over there, which is for the kids. That's the kids area. And there's cabanas there, but I was too late to get a cabana. Tomorrow, Tim and a couple other friends are coming. Ooh, I gotta text them and confirm. I have to do that after I get off the phone with you guys. So, when you come here, you need to decide. You need to decide how you're going to live your life. Are you going to live in vacation mode? Are you going to live in retirement mode? What does that look like to you? We've talked about that many times. Your costs, your budget is going to be based on your lifestyle. That's the truth for everything. I live a very happy, comfortable lifestyle alone for about 1,300 USD. And I can do it even cheaper than that. I've seen a few expats here that I know are spending 2,500, 3,000 a month because I see the guy drinking every day and he polishes off a bottle of wine every day. You know, that's 20, 30 bucks a day on a bottle of wine. I mean, come on. There's a plane going. And as our friend streams of Philippine Dreams, Tim says, where are you going? When are you coming back? Safe travels. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, what if you become popular and everyone comes to Cebu and you ruin it? I said, no. That's not my plan. My plan is to advertise Cebu to people like you, like-minded people who are interested in living life, who are interested in retiring to a comfortable, happy, friendly, safe, emotional, stress-free life. And I'm showing you this through my adventures. Yeah, maybe Darwin and Dumaguete is better, but not for me. I need the one thing I've learned, and see, I gotta tan. I have to tan my watch strap. I hope you can see that. I have to cover up. It is sunny here. My arms are burning. But I'm only going to be with you guys a little bit longer, not too much longer. I got to get in the pool and enjoy my day. Lux Lounge launched their new menu. Today at 3 o'clock is the sprint race for Formula One. Tomorrow is the Formula One Chinese Grand Prix at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to be watching that on the phone because I'm not going to go indoors for that. I'm going to enjoy the outdoors. Yeah, Clay, simple and quiet. If you want that, let me tell you something. Dumaguete is the place to go. The weather is incredibly calm. You are an hour from Sigihur. You are half a day, like 6 hours from Cebu. Some of the nicest beaches out there, and the weather is just perfect because you have got so between you and open ocean. Any typhoons that hit always sheer north. You barely get rain. Same thing with Cebu. We barely get rain here because the storms shift north when they hit. Especially after they hit Samar Island, they sheer north on most cases. And you don't have a lot of earthquakes down there. I've talked about this before. Some of the things you have to watch out for: earthquakes, volcanoes, and typhoons. And being south of Cebu is where you're going to find it. And I'm going to say, if you want quiet and simple, Dumaguete Daun is where you need to be. Yes, Iloilo is great. Outside of Cebu is great. But you want that like established expat community where you can get a block of cheese if you want to. Someone's doing something wrong. Wearing slippers in the pool. You can't wear water shoes. Oh, kids in the deep end without parents.
Yeah.
With me, I need one thing I've learned that I was missing in my life, and I've said this before. One thing I've learned that I was missing in my life that I discovered on this trip is having people my own age as peers. That was the number one thing I missed in my life, and I've discovered it here. Paul is a great new friend. I mean, for someone to tell me that they're really going to miss me and heartfelt is incredible. You know, and because he does, you know, he has his job, he has his girlfriend and their family, but he doesn't have a lot of friends of his own because he works, and he has to, you know, hang out with girlfriend. Not all the time, but you know, and I think that if I was in that situation, it would be hard to meet people. But when he met someone like me who's like-minded, who we enjoy the same things, and is simple, we clicked immediately. It was beautiful. I love the guy. So we're good friends, and we're going to support each other. And the other thing that I think I said it earlier today was, if I hit it off with his girlfriend's friend, then when she comes here, they can hang out and he doesn't have to like entertain his girlfriend. And I don't have to entertain mine. They can go off and do their own thing and me and him can go off and do our own thing. You know, if we want to go watch Formula 1, we can. So Pago, param, you know, kamanga the mite kayo. No, your bag and everything fell on the ground. I picked it up and put it the param. The wind blew your black case. It's under the towel, under the black case. Yeah, black case. Param elioa and mite kayo. 네, 자기가 나 한국말 조금만 해요. 한국인 영주권, 한국인 영주권. 네. 대한민국 20년. 나 과거, 지금 아니에요. 과거. 네, 저는 캐나다 사람, 엄마 아빠 스리랑카 사람, 코비드 시작, 엄마 아빠 집 가요. And then 온라인 선생님 조금 일. 네. And then 지난년 여기 와, 나 집 여기서. 네. So, I was just talking to the Korean gentleman here. Their stuff fell on the ground because of the wind. I showed you that before. The wind is really windy. I was just saying, be careful with your stuff because the wind will blow it away. Life is what you make of it and what you put into it. Don't set your expectations that you can duplicate your former life here. If you're trying to run away from that former life, then yeah, definitely you can get away from it. But here's what I'm going to say. Come with zero expectations. Then you won't be disappointed. Yes, do the research. Yes, go to Google Maps and walk around the neighborhood on Google Maps, Street View, that you're going to be living in so that you have an understanding of what you're getting yourself into. Do YouTube reviews. Look at Google Map reviews of the areas around you. Understand what other people have said. Now, take it with a grain of salt, because not everyone is, some people are Karens and Darrens. But, like, if it's where there's smoke, there's fire type of thing, right? Like, for example, the Robinsons here, it's full of cockroaches. Now, if you didn't know that and you looked at the reviews, maybe it would be like, maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Maybe it's like, that's like 3 months old. No, it's real. It's real. Kids at the edge of the pool, they could fall off. Because a kid fell over a couple months ago and cracked their head open. It was a serious thing. They had to close the pool for like a couple days, and there was an investigation and blah, blah, blah. But there's a sign at the front door and saying not liable for any injuries or damage. So if you want to, if you have a dream of a life and you want that life, I'm going to suggest that you put that dream on hold until you come here and you live here for 6 or more months. It takes that long to settle into a rhythm. It takes that long to develop relationships with people who you can trust to show you the secrets of this place that you're going to call home. Just like if someone was going to show up to your hometown and knew nothing of the language, the culture, or the infrastructure, right? And there are hidden costs that you will never realize until you get here. Falling into the trap of order and grab. Oh, because you don't really know the money. You really don't. And it's tied to your credit card. taking a taxi everywhere when you could, a taxi to Cebu is between 500 and 700 pesos, up to 1,000 pesos, $15 to $20. A bus is $3. A bus is $3. A motorcycle taxi is about $4 or $5. So yeah, perfect, Thomas. That's exactly what Terry did. When he was looking for a place, he did Google Street View and he saw what this place was, and he decided, yeah, this is a nice place. It's clean. It looks luxurious. So that's why I don't know why I didn't choose this place originally. I think it was because the other place was closer to my friend Tim's house and that I would be hanging out with him more. But that never materialized because of his lifestyle, his the way he lives. He's not up and he's a night owl because he talks with his family back in the US every day. So he doesn't get up till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And he has mobility issues because of his back and things like that. He can't move around a lot. So come here without. I'm going to tell you this: unless you have $250,000 that you can throw away, don't build a house here, because that's what you're going to end up doing. I haven't researched it because I'm not interested, because I don't have family. I don't have anyone to give anything to. And I would rather take that money and invest it and make money off of that money and pay rent. Because $250,000, I can pay rent for 40 years. Thomas, you can only type like 4 or 5 words before I can't see what the rest is. It was the construction of why. The rest of that sentence, can you retype it? Just keep each text to like 4 words. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to fix it for the next one. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you see the full sentence? Because I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Like right now, we've got construction going on right next door. It's like right next door to us. They're building a structure for the ASEAN meeting in May, and there's jackhammering going on all day. Costa Vida, not Costa Vida, the Poisitano or the Costa Vida, whichever one is right across the street from my place. They've switched to 24 hour a day construction. If you're living in one Manchester, I would be hell living there. All right, so I don't know what you said. It was the construction of why is all I can see. Oh, I'm gonna assume it was the construction why you chose to stay at Amsia. But like I'm telling you, if you come to Mactan Newtown and you get a place at One Pacific Residence where I live in Tower A or B facing south, then it'll be quiet. You won't have any issues. That's what I suggest. I definitely have to get a mango juice. Let me grab this garbage before it goes in the pool. I already went in the pool. So I'm gonna wrap things up here. We did almost 2 hours. It's really great, guys. I want to say thank you so much for supporting me. If you have any final questions or any comments, let me know. Is this microphone still working? Oh yeah, it's still working. Good. So, all right, yeah. Yeah, next time I'm going to bring my phone so that I can see the comments and I don't have to look on the screen, because every time I have to, I'm going to leave them up on the screen so that you guys can see them. So you become famous too, Thomas. Walking accountant, nice to see you. I'm going to assume from your icon that you're from Canada. Where in Canada are you from? I'm originally from Toronto. I left Canada about 2007. I'm a Canadian, Canadian Sri Lankan. Thanks for joining. Hopefully the weather is this. One of the things I've been seeing the memes is that welcome to Canadian weather. One day it's warm, the next day it's cold. Sorry, welcome to Canadian spring, where one day is warm and one day is cold. But I'm going to wrap things up shortly, guys, and say thank you so much for taking the time to come out and hang out. Maybe I'll just leave the live stream on and show you guys like this view for the next hour or so, just like that. What do you think? Should I just leave the live stream on and let it run? I could do that. Or what I could do is, I don't know if I could shut it off and turn it back on, because I do need to make a couple of text messages. Canadian born, Sri Lankan too. I am not Canadian born. I was born in China. My dad was a diplomat, and I grew up in Europe before I came to Canada. I think I was 6 or 7 when I came to Canada. And but I'm a dual citizen, Canadian Sri Lankan citizen. So I'll be returning to Sri Lanka in 10 days. I'm going to hang out and enjoy some good family cooking, some crab curry, roti, pulsepol, papadam, rice, and some coconut, mango, papaya, pineapple, bananas, treacle with curd. I'm going to really enjoy my time back home. Getting snow in, I can't even think. I talked with a Filipino and I showed her pictures of the winter bomb that you guys had in Toronto a couple of months ago, where it was minus 50 and like a meter of snow. I was just like, what? Why? No. Oh, I would never ever be able to. When I'm in Pattaya, I go to this place where it's like a freezer, where you can like, it's a bar that's a freezer. And it allows you to hang out in the bar, and it's like super cold. They actually give you jackets that you can wear to before you go inside, right? And I did it without the jacket, and I couldn't handle it for more than a few seconds. It was way too cold. It was like, I think it was -7. Yeah, it was just, oh. Like I used to be able to walk outside in -20 with no problems. Now, anything below 22 degrees and I'm cold. Like this morning was cold, or last night. I mean, in Sri Lanka, when I went up country, it was cold. It was 18 degrees and it was cold. Let me tell you. All right, I'm going to leave this on for a minute while I go use the facilities. Guys, give me 1 second, okay? I'll just let you watch the beautiful view. Oh. All right, I'm back. So, guys, I'm going to wrap things up from this end. I want to say thank you so much for the love, for the attention, for the comments, for the support. And remember, learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Be good to each other. Be kind. Be helpful. Be supportive. Walking on the edge there. Jesus. You don't see the danger? Anyway, be supportive. Be kind to each other. And remember, we're not strangers. We're just friends who haven't met yet. We'll see you all here in Mactan, Newtown. For the other ones, we'll see you all on the other side.